Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 30. We're going to be dealing with divisions in HTML. So if you open up the W3 Schools tag reference for HTML and look under div for division, you'll find the div tag. So it's an HTML tag, not a CSS tag. And you can think of it as a block tag, it takes up the full width of the browser. And it's a large container, so you can put several paragraphs and several things within that div tag. Let's do an example. I'm using the standard content that I have for the last few lessons. And what I'll do is I'll take these two pictures along with the last paragraph and put them into one division. Right, so I'll begin a division over here. And I'll end my division over here. And I'm going to put this in indented from the margin. That way you can visualize all of this belongs to this outer div container. Nothing will change because the div by itself has no effect until you apply some CSS to that div. So let's add an ID to it. I'll call it footer, and then in the CSS I'll create a footer style, just put a border on it, maybe some padding, so on. And there you can see it's a much larger container. The pictures and both those paragraphs are actually within the same div. And so that is a division. You can have obviously multiple divisions, and you can even have divisions within divisions. For example, a common practice would be to put the entire web page into a wrapper division. And end off our wrapper right at the end. But that means, of course, we need to indent again. Indenting is good practice. It helps you to visualize what container belongs to what container. Remember, HTML is all about containers within containers. So with my wrapper, I'm going to quickly show you how to center a layout on a page. We learnt about text-align :center. What does that do? Well, it centers everything. But now, instead of centering the contents of the wrapper, I want to center the wrapper itself. So the wrapper by default will take up the full width of the page. If I do a gray background, American spelling, okay, and I then set the width down to 800. So we're reducing the width, in other words. So now you can see 800 pixels wide. What happens if I want to center that entire block? We know text-align will just center the contents of the block, but to center the block itself, we use a different approach. We first reduce the width, because we said by default the width will be the full width of the browser. And if it's already the full width of the browser, you can't center it. So you have to first reduce the width, and then you set the margin to auto. You've seen margin, but this time auto is something new. What it will do is it will automatically calculate the left margin and the right margin based on the width of the browser. So this is in fact how we do most website layouts. We put the entire layout into a wrapper, centered in the middle of the page. In that way, no matter what your resolution is, it will always be in the center of the browser, even if I resize my browser. Whereas if you don't center it, it'll always be sitting in the top left hand corner, which may look a little bit messy. Okay, so that ends our lesson in working with divs or divisions.